my channel. So today I will be reviewing the new Lisa Frank times Morphe palette, and I'm so sorry about the ring light glare. There you go, you guys can see it better right here. So I picked up the Zoomer and Zorbit palette, which is this one with the two aliens and the little hippie buggy. This is the one that I wanted, and I double checked before I made this video, and this one is sold out because I think this was an exclusive cover to Morphe. But if you have a Morphe store near you, I definitely recommend you going to it. But this one was the cutest one in my opinion. The tiger one was obviously cute because it's the classic Lisa Frank one. I know Lisa Frank is a very controversial person, and many people don't want to support this collection because they don't want to support her. But I'm not going to lie, the nostalgia got me. Like, I rocked Lisa Frank in elementary school, like my notebooks, my stickers, everything. I loved it. It was such a colorful palette. But this, here it is. It's so pretty. It's so holographic. And then you open it kind of like a binder, which I really like. And here are all the colors. And one thing about this palette is when you guys see it online, you think, oh, there's no names to it, but there's names. Sorry, there's powder. You can't really tell, like, even when I get close to it, you can't really tell a little bit. I don't know. And then it has a heart here, super cute. And my favorite thing about this palette, it says this palette belongs to, and you write your name, kind of like when you would do it with your notebook and things like that. So I really like it, and excuse my daughter in the back. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I got this rainbow cut crease, rainbow freckle cheetah leopard look, then continue watching to see my final thoughts. Okay, here is the Lisa Frank palette, and it is so beautiful. It has so many colors. It is the 35B palette, which is just repackaged. So I'm going to start off with the P. Louise Mama Mitchell blank canvas, and I'm just going to buff that into my lid with a nice blending brush from BH Cosmetics, and make sure that the primer is nice and evenly distributed so there's no lumps or clumps when applying our shadow. At first I had no idea what I was going to do with this eye look because there's so many colors, but I'm just going to take a small brush and take a yellow, and the yellow is called Sunflower. I have the palette right in front of me so I can read the shade names so I don't get any names wrong, because trying to remember 35 names of eyeshadows is just not going to happen. So I am just placing the yellow and not blending it that much because we're going to do a rainbow eye, but making sure that it's there. With the same brush, I'm going to pick up Hunter, which is the orange shade. Now this shade is a true orange, like it is fiery orange, hot. I really like it, and I'm just kind of blending it a little tiny bit with Sunflower so it can have a nice gradient effect. And next I'm just gonna go back in with the brush that had Sunflower in and just make sure everything is nice and blended. So now with another brush I am picking up the red, and the red is called Buzz. Now when I was applying this, and you guys are gonna see, I'm like, you can't really tell the difference because the red and the orange were very, very similar, that I was like, ooh, maybe this was not a good idea. But at the end it still kind of came together. So just going back in with the brushes that have the products and blending everything out, I am now thinking about what to put there, and I ended up going with Lollipop, which is a purple, but it's not like a purple, it's kind of more like a magenta-y purple. And I am just packing that on the outer, not the outer part, just like right next to Buzz. I am now picking up the shade Zoomer and Zorbit, and when I say I regret putting this shade on, I 100% regret putting this shade on. For some reason, this shade had, like, it was pigmented, but it was very patchy when it was next to Lollipop, it looked muddy when it was next to the blue shade that I just added, which is Angel Kitty. It looked muddy. It was just like terrible. So then what I ended up doing is just going over on top of Zoomer and Zorbit with Forest, which is the darker green, because you guys just see like it just disappears, like you can't even see it. And then if you're up close to it, it looks muddy next to their two colors. It's just like terrible. And because of that shade Zoomer and Zorbit, I wanted to wipe my entire eyelid off, and I was getting very frustrated. But you know, I'm not going to lie, Forest really saved the whole look, because Zoomer and Zorbit was making the look go a little down south, you know. But the palette, Zoomer and Zorbit palette, is great. Zoomer and Zorbit's shadow is not great. So I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer and cutting my crease. I'm going to do a full-on cut crease because I'm doing a rainbow cut crease, and just adding little by little more. Oh, and I had some fallout too. I was just showing you guys the fallout, but I'm just putting a little bit of primer at a time, because the primer does pick up the color that you're putting it on top of. So I'm just winging that out, making it as sharp as I can, as big as I can, and just connecting it at the bottom. And that's what I was doing. Now I am just taking the white eyeshadow called Blanca, and I am putting it where I cut my crease. And I decided to go with the white just because I wanted the rainbow cut crease to be the star of the show, and not have it kind of like be the background of a main lid shade. This white is good, but it is not as good as the white in the James Charles palette, because this one I did have to layer it a couple of times, so it could be nice, white, and opaque. But other than that, I don't really mind it. For the inner corner, I wasn't too sure on what to do. There are a few light shimmer shades which I like, because not many palettes include like highlighty shades. So I ended up going in with the shade Casey and K-Mus. I'm not really sure how you say it, but it's just a nice gold light, and that's about it. So this part was kind of like a spur of the moment, and I am just picking up the shade Elephant John. No, I lied. It's Balloon Buddies, and I am putting that all across my cheeks. I am using this Makeup Forever Flash palette dupe that I found on Amazon. It is by CC Beauty. It's pretty good, I'm not going to lie. You just gotta set it because it is kind of like greased makeup. So I just added a bunch of white dots onto my face to kind of like mimic cheetah print. I know that right now I look like a deer, but trust me, it'll get better. So I am just I'm gonna be doing what I did on my eyes and applying all the shades, the yellow, the orange, the red, purple, so on and so forth on those white dots, so it could match the cut crease on my eye. Okay, now that the color is on the white, I am picking up the brush that came with this palette. I'm picking up the black, and we're gonna do the little cheetah print. So when you do cheetah prints, it's pretty easy. All you kind of do is kind of make a dot, and then like on the outer circle, you kind of make like a C. You make little C shapes, and like you can squiggle them. You can make them straight. It's all up to you. And I'm just kind of making them like a little bit squiggly, and as you guys can see, it's like, you know, a lot better than those like confetti, rainbow, whatever the hell they were, freckles. And I am happy how this is coming out, even though I was doubting this eye look and I was doubting the freckles, and I was like, maybe I kind of screwed up by doing this fucking freckles, because they look better in my mind that they do on my face. But the black really came through, and I am just going to go ahead and finish doing those C's. Okay, here are the freckles. They look nice and cute. Now I am moving on to lips. I am using Melt Cosmetics Nude lipstick. This is a nice pinky lip, and I'm using Fenty Beauty's Diamond Milk Gloss, and that's it for the face. Okay, so here's the finished look. I'm not going to lie, I had some doubts in it. I thought it was kind of going a little bit south with the eyeshadow, but I feel like I pulled it off together. My eyelashes popping out great. What's that? The same with the freckles, like the leopard freckles. I was like, maybe that was not a good idea. But overall, I feel like the look came out good, very least so you guys can see them. And yeah, overall I like this palette. I think it's good. Honestly, it's Morphe quality. If you're familiar with Morphe quality, if you like Morphe, then I'm pretty sure you'll like this palette. The colors are nice. It is a 35B, just with the new cover. I never had a 35B, so this is the first time use for me. But if you have the James Charles palette, do you really need this one? No, but I think the palette is adorable. Like, I'm so happy with this palette and how everything looks. So if you guys want to get it, then get it. But I honestly would recommend you guys not to buy all three, just to have like the collector's item. Just get one, and I'm happy with this one. And I'm so happy I picked up the Alien, and overall I'm happy with this palette. I think it's a good thing for 90s babies. And yeah, so here are my final thoughts, and I think it's a great palette. And if you guys decide to pick it up, great. If you guys don't, because you guys don't because don't support Lisa Frank, that's perfectly fine. I just picked it up as a collector's item, and I'm happy with it. So overall, it did good. Like, I feel like the eyeshadow like came out good. The freckles came out good. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys would like to see next.